See if anything does change from an herb standpoint. Oh, I can hear some of the sounds here. So much talk of the jousting. Jousting? Is that what it was? Or some kind of tournament. And I'm thinking, yeah, turning grounds. I think that's what we're getting at here. Let's save. Got their tents. Oh man, this is it bad that the first thing I thought of when I looked here in this direction was a Harry Potter Quidditch arena from at least one of the Harry Potter movies. It really reminded me that the way they build up those stands in the side. Oh, Oars is in a hurry.
You must know I've embarked on a quest of true wonder. A horde of challenges awaits.
Who are these dudes?
Would you betray the nature of the quest in question?
Upon Lac Selavis waters floats an isle. There you will learn all. I must ride where destiny calls. Godspeed till next we meet.
Can we check that place out?
Might be worth looking into.
Sounds like we can. Cool stuff. Okay, but this looks like the entrance and is the place where we're supposed to... Oh, well, there's our friend. And he's a baron? Okay, yeah, I was kind of curious to see what... I didn't actually remember what their official title was. I kind of just assumed they were knights.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your
Oh, he was actually telling them... I didn't realize he was telling them the story.
What about the
I
story
deliberately
of
made him
Quidditch and the
finish his
traveler?
line, but I guess the others were talking
Tales
to.
for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Again with all the honor stuff. Virtue over villainy. Stronger wins. Always about strength and only strength. Not always, but it's worth being good. I mean, these are kids. I think you say virtue always triumphs.
Yeah. Virtue always wins.
But
Geralt
the
is
Black
so
Knight,
sold on that idea.
He's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Castelduccia.
Oh man, they're like, excuse me, Geralt, you're clearly wrong.
That's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Knight and Highness
No need to lie to the kids.
Tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As we'll soon see.
Hmm? What is that?
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar? Putting some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Didn't we get a trophy that said Shaelmar? I don't remember what exactly it came from. But, I don't think we've actually fought one of these ourselves. So then you like, tied bells to its tail to confuse it so that it'd be easier to fight it. Which apparently might be torture. I mean, like, obviously, like, this beast is about to get murdered. Or at least people are going to try to murder it. That's the whole premise. So, I don't really know enough about what a Shalimar is to have a strong stance on this. But apparently it's dangerous. You know, maybe you should consider animal cruelty. Or we could just say, I don't really care. But, I guess we just say it's dangerous, because, I don't know. Seems like
This
it's
is
a
dangerous.
powerful creature.
Bells on its tail aren't enough.
I saw the spectacle of the sword of the arena in Nuremberg. There, a knight defeated a Shelmar with bells on its tail.
Might have gotten lucky. Shelmar might have been lame. Who knows? Only a Witcher has a real chance against a healthy Shelmar. And that's not even every Witcher. Besides which, releasing a monster
Sounds
that
like we
dangerous
may be the
within
ones that
crowd,
ultimately end up fighting it.
plain irresponsible.
Yeah, releasing. So, yeah, I was interested to see how Geralt categorizes this. He did, I think, refer to it as a monster. So that would suggest that, you know, like other monsters that we take Witcher contracts to slay, we could fight it for the purpose of preventing it from causing destruction. Which might be in the public interest, if you will. But who is planning on facing the Shelmar? Because I feel like it's gonna end up being us.
Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah.
Ah.
Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Alright, that might be the end of him, but let's go see the Duchess.
Let's go.
Oh, here we go. Is this our dude? I think it is. Alright, buddy. I think he's going to get absolutely eviscerated, and then it's gonna, the Shelmar is gonna get out of control, and then we're gonna have to run down to save everybody.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Okay, so what exactly is a Shelmar? I still don't really know. Even after seeing it.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Yep. I'm with you, Geralt. Oh, well, there go the bells. Now it's not nearly as distracted, and so this guy is screwed. It's not dead. This is the part where it's like, oh, honor, glory. Oh, by the way, the thing that I thought that I killed is not dead, and now it's lost all of its bells, so it's at full strength, and this guy is a goner. Yup. Bro. Yup. Oh, we have to help him? Like us and also our friend? Thought it was gonna be just us. Alright, Shelmar, well done, dude. It's not even hurt. It's not even hurt. Okay, do we have any information about it? What type of enemy is it? Is it a relic? I'd imagine it very well could be. Shelmar. Yes. Let's see, the Earth's innards are home to mighty, strange, and fearsome beasts. Were they ever to decide to ramble up to the surface, we'd all be gutted the very first day of the invasion. Ramus Venderats, Malcolm Foreman. Shelmar spend most of their lives deep underground, having no contact with the world above. All times, however, a Shelmar will dig its way to the surface and devour any man within its reach. Some Shelmars also burrow tunnels close to the surface, collapsing buildings and causing tremors in the process. Since Shelmars are blind, ooh, interesting. They find their way by sensing vibrations and listening for sounds. That means if, like, theoretically we stood still, it wouldn't be able to know where we are. Thus, the best tactic when fighting such a monster is to hurl something heavy or noisy against a nearby boulder or wall. Then pray silently, the beast will roll toward the sound and knock itself out upon striking the obstacle. Interesting. So we throw an explosive nearby, or like at a wall, basically. It charges into that area, and then in doing so stuns itself when it crashes into that wall, and then we attack it while it's stunned. Rinse, repeat. But if we try to just fight it plain and simple, then it's gonna destroy us. Relic oil and Ard. Okay. let's make some of those things happen here. Let's throw on the relic oil. There it is. Then we wanted what? It was the... Which explosive did you say it was? Ah, we have to go back and find it. Hold on. Relict. Filmar. Same. Okay. Same, man. So, I don't think we had that one equipped at the moment. Let's change that. This is the one that has 100% critical hit chance. Blinds opponents, but it's already blind. Then it's explosion radius. Extended duration. First hit landed on a blind... first hit landed on a blind opponent is always critical. Destroys monster nest. Okay. I think we get rid of Moon Dust here. And any other potions we'd like to have against this guy? I get the sense it's one of those situations where it's like, if this thing starts attacking you, you are basically already dead. So, I don't know if defensive stuff is going to make a huge difference here. We might just want to deal as much damage as we can while it is stunned, and hope that does the trick. I was the bookstore owner when we gave him a specific book that he gave us this reward. Okay, interesting. Where is the one? Increase our critical strike chance. I mean, it's not bad. I was thinking of the one that gives us the attack power over the course of the battle, and then it gets higher the longer the battle goes. We've used that one fairly regularly, I think. And we could alternatively do something like, it's not storming right now. This does give us attack power, right? Yeah, 35% attack power. That is still something. It's not bad, even. Maybe we do go with a Thunderbolt. Or is this the one I was... Oh, this is the one I'm thinking about. We have it already on us. Okay. Let's throw on the Thunderbolt here as well. Okay.
Gotta keep it down.
Oh, it sees us. It sees us. That was quick. That is kind of cool, though, when it's down like that. I like that. Go attack that. We're not doing anything to it. It didn't actually roll into that stuff. Can we even attack it at all if we like hit it from the right angle? We can a little bit. If we could remove its armor with an Igni, that'd also be great. Oh, it still managed to hit us there. I think that did work. So at least there is some long-term potential from that. Okay. Oh, we actually... Oh, our friend does have a life bar. I did not see that previously. That's good to know. I'm not sure what I did there. To be honest. That's gonna hurt him, although it didn't. Oh, where did it go? Yeah, Whoa! So we're out of that explosive, at least, which is a little bit problematic, of course. Fortunately, it does seem as though our friend has a lot of HP, but this thing is going to be pretty tough to actually hit and deal damage to if we don't have the thing that we're supposed to do to attack it. You know? Attack him! Oh, tons of damage. Okay, so that's, yeah, I mean, not so surprising to see that's the answer. Wait for it. Go attack that. Don't. What the heck is... Why is he just standing there? I mean, he's gonna get destroyed. He's gonna get demolished if he just chills there. And There's not really anything I can do about that.
Transforms into jelly.
I'd like to rush it down, try to finish it off before our friend dies. But we might die in the process. Oh. Think we got it? Question mark? We got it. Okay. Very close. I mean, I was throwing it at the wall a few times, and then it attacked the wall, and still had its back to us, and we couldn't damage it. Or it had to, like, go right up to the side, and could do very little damage to it, so it didn't really work.
Master of the witchering trade. Behold.
And then I started throwing the bombs directly at it because of that.
From the beast.
I did it, but it didn't work.
Master
In
Geralt,
short.
do what you must. Finish the deed.
I would kind of like to spare it. Like, point proven.
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
Sorry.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right.
Good.
Long live
Apparently.
Geralt the merciful.
Apparently that was our right. But it did seem like, you know, we did sort of defy the will of the Duchess. May not have gone over well, but okay.
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all.
Sure.
Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Okay. That the one in the front is the
Geralt.
Duchess, right?
We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
This is her. Okay.
Your Grace.
I think.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And that lady to the right is the one that Guillermo really wants.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
That's kind of what we do. Fighting against a Shalimar, arranging something like that for sport was, yeah, you know, maybe not the best idea. It was, I mean, when we were able to actually get it turned over, it was not that difficult. We killed boatloads of damage to it, but when you couldn't do that, when you threw the explosive at the wall and it decided that it wasn't actually going to crash into it, it was tough.
Your Grace. Shailmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. Into some, knights have
well-
battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial.
I mean,
True.
everyone was who
Guillaume
went down there was going to
suffered
die if it
from
wasn't for us.
bumps, scars,
That-
and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
I mean, he didn't really slay the monster,
What
let's
about
be
the
honest.
crowd? Say the Shailmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Okay. Sure. How about that contract then?
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He let the investigation tend to your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Meanwhile, Shalimar's just chilling there.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But sorry to tell you we regret.
That was
We
fantastic.
deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
Oh.
Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings.
Yeah, this is true. We did go to town really just next door, and several of your guardsmen are dead.
Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body.
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No, a bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
Good. Thank you for getting us out of what was looking like it was about to be a very tricky situation. We're gonna need 2 things, apparently. Information and access to a laboratory. I'll have you know.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you.
Okay.
You bring trouble, or thus far have, always.
Never mind the
We've
fact that
enough
we just
trouble as it
protected
is.
you from
Yet
that
we are
Shamomar
capable of
destroying that
defeating
entire
the beast
area.
on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay.
Okay.
Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Huh? That which you find at home, yet did not expect? I don't know what you're referring to. I'll be brutally honest. I don't know what she's referring to. It is the law of surprise? Okay, I wasn't sure if that's what she was getting at. Which seemed, I mean, it just seemed kind of weird when we, what was the other time when we invoked it? I mean, we weren't there, but we heard that Geralt did. Was it to get something involving Ciri? Was it actually, like, to get Ciri herself? Like, hey, by the way, I'm just gonna take your child? Basically? Okay, yeah. Okay, do Witchers usually demand that? I guess not always, but it sometimes, yeah. Only and exclusively to acquire adopted children who have otherworldly powers?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic.
Slow down.
On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco,
All right. Oh,
and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But, Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now?
thanks
The
for giving us the
Chancellor has
morgue.
bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more,
mean, I guess
nothing
you're not
enhances
wrong.
a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Damien is not going to want to give it to us. The beast's first victim. I mean, we don't really know much of anything about either of them other than that they were both of royal blood of some variety. That's about it.
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
Yeah,
So he
sounds
died
similar to what we
suddenly,
saw.
But the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Yeah, you totally did not come to that conclusion. You're like, oh, yes, of course, that is exactly what I was thinking as well. Right. Right. That makes two of us. Second victim.
Second murder.
What about that
Tell me
person?
what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws. killed
maybe.
Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
One little side note here. The Duchess just said, our father, the Duke? Like, her father is, well, is the Duke currently alive? In which case, he's the one who's in charge here, technically speaking. Or is he dead, and therefore it's the Duchess's place? So that was sort of the impression that I originally came to, or that, yeah, that was my assumption, at least. But then she said our father, implying that the Duke was the father of both her and someone else here in this conversation. The only other person in this conversation is us, Geralt, obviously not our father, or Damien here, in which case, is Damien her brother? What? Am I misinterpreting that? Why did she say our father rather than my father? Anyways, what about, yeah, so that is kind of strange how both victims were knights, but were sort of like knights that were on the older side. I mean, you just said, like, once you're a knight, you're always a knight, so I hesitate to say retired knights, but you know what I mean. Ah, the royal we. That must have been it. Yeah, that must be it. Our father, just using the plural first person. So I think it is, in that case, yeah, just Anna's father, not Damien's father. Okay.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
And then he tried
He
making a
made
bad
veritable
soft drink.
fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Okay. Not sure what you're getting at there, but yeah, there are definitely similarities between the victims. And that does not appear to be a coincidence.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the
Not so
five
honorable
chivalric
anymore.
virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Why those exactly, I suppose? Sure, we'll ask about that.
5 virtues.
What stands out about them?
Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace,
A little
forgive
bit,
me.
yeah.
I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How
Okay.
we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Okay. Sure. It does sound like the beast is basically trying to send this message here of like, hey, you think you're all special by saying, oh, I'm a lofty, esteemed knight that is so honorable, wise, generous, valorous, and compassionate. But, beast says, maybe not so much. You might need a bit of a reality check here.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
A little
You
bit.
mentioned
A little bit.
something.
Yeah.
Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton
Perhaps.
also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but
What exactly is this knightly team? Although, yeah, it does seem like, fighting Milton is probably top priority.
They were a team.
they were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
Yeah, that does seem to be a pretty convincing lead at that. And we definitely do need to find Milton as soon as possible.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start.
Oh, no.
And he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere,
Oh,
waiting
no.
for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm.
Okay.
Order the gardens searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner.
Okay, you may be right about that. I'm gonna say, if this is just for politics and show, then that doesn't change much.
My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses.
Uh-oh.
Your Grace?
Oh? What the heck? Off with her gown? I suppose it's hard to ride a horse when you're wearing what she was wearing. Fair enough.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
It's like, how dare you steal my horse? Wait, that's the Duchess?
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Oh, okay, we're rushing through now.
Saddle.
And she is speeding. Follow the Duchess to the Palace Gardens. Okay, will do. Roach, can we sprint now? Perhaps. Really?
Clear the path! Clear the way, I said!
They are very much not clearing the way. I will have you know. Pretty place you got here, but we unfortunately don't really have the time to check it out here.
Yes, a face no one.
It's here! Just round the corner!
Oh, sure. You say so.
Let's go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Oh, okay. How do we go about doing that? Don't mind us.
Through here.
Duchess coming through. What is this all
Show
about?
you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
What about this?
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn.
Okay.
How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look.
Oh, it's
The
an actual
golden fish
unicorn.
and the horn
Sort of.
both contain things
Might be
and
fake.
clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Okay, let's save. We cannot save the game right now. Let's save. We can save the game right now.